All right, forgot I was recording for a second. I'm long here in NASDAQ. Don't have a lot of time to be in front of the charts. I do have somewhere I have to be, so using the inversion fair value gap as an entry, we traded down into yesterday's new day opening gap. You can see the bodies respecting consequent encroachment. Looking for us to get back above the daily fair value gap and target relative equal highs. And then we have buy side liquidity. I'm deriving that from the 15-minute chart. And then 15-minute CB low is my terminus. I think we could explore beyond 25,080, but again, I don't have a lot of time this morning. I have a lot of things to take care of after I get out of here, so just looking for like a bread and butter scalp kind of trade, get in, get out, quick partials, that sort of thing. This is a paper trade, by the way. Like I said on Twitter yesterday, I'm done on my personal account. Had a nice winning day yesterday on that account, and I don't desire to do anything more to it, so just for the sake of practice and educational purposes, decided to show up this morning on paper and see if I can pull out a price run. Watching mean threshold of this beefy up close candle. Want to see that act as a bullish breaker. We have a low, we form a high, lower low, taking out this low here and trading into new day opening gap. Then we trade higher. So from this candlestick's high all the way down to this candlestick's low, I'm getting that range, splitting it in half. I don't need to draw the fib on it. I can just eyeball it. Splitting it in half, mean threshold is about right here. And I'm watching to see if we can stay above that. Stop loss is just above the suspension block, which is this here. I'm treating that as a breakaway gap. Would like for that to stay open. I'm allowing it to trade into this fair value gap here, this BISI, but I would like for that to stay open. That's signs of bullishness, kind of like what we saw yesterday. You can see we've cleared out sell side liquidity, and Discord members and all that should be on the same page. We're expecting a move lower, punish the buy stops on regular trading hours, and then a move higher was more or less what I was interested in. And then I said if we get above this daily fair value gap and if we're able to use it as support, I think a trending day could be possible today. It's not required, obviously, but I think it's possible. It's on the table. If we get above this fair value gap, use it as support and begin to rally, I think we could see a continued rally throughout lunch and possibly the PM session. But that's just me trying to forecast way in advance. As for this morning session, just looking for a simple run on buy side after we cleared out sell side. It's nothing fancy. We have an inversion fair value gap here. I'm watching that. See if NASDAQ can find some footing, work in the upper half. I would treat this here as a measuring gap. It's best for that to stay open. For one, if my anticipated target is the 15-minute CB here, from this low up to my anticipated target, which is the 15-minute fair value gap, this fair value gap here lies in the middle of that range. So I would expect that to act as a measuring gap, which is just a fair value gap that forms in the middle of a price run. Ideally, it's best for that to stay open. It could wick down there. It's no big deal. It doesn't nullify any bullish idea. But because this BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, rests in the upper half, or excuse me, I said that wrong. Because this fair value gap here rests in the lower half of this inversion fair value gap, ideally I would like for it to stay open. Now it could wick down in there, there's no big deal. But as far as the bodies on a closing basis, I wouldn't want to see any closures inside of that fair value gap or underneath this low. Okay, and again, I'm talking about this one here. Gonna go ahead and trail my stop just beneath this inversion fair value gap. Trim that risk by a pretty nice margin. And you can see 75% of my position will come off above that 15-minute buy side. And then I'll leave one contract on to see if I can get the low of that 15-minute fair value gap. Once we trade to the high of the daily fair value gap, my risk will come off entirely. And I would expect to start seeing some expansion. Upper quadrant of the daily fair value gap. I have the quadrants here. Upper quadrant, consequent encroachment, lower quadrant, and then obviously the high and low of the fair value gap. And we're at upper quadrant at the moment. Alright, so there's the high of the daily fair value gap. Go ahead and remove that risk. Pretty much a no drawdown trade entry. It's just a simple run on sell side, trade into our current new day opening gap, and then buying an inversion fair value gap, targeting bread and butter buy side liquidity on a 5-minute, 15-minute chart. And then that would complete my morning session. And I have to hurry up and get this uploaded because I have to be out of here by 10:30. So I should be able to get this edited and uploaded. And Discord members, I'll be a little AFK in the server. I'll be on the road for a little bit, probably till later in the afternoon. But that webinar and market review will be sent out later tonight, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure your notifications are on. And then we have our live stream tomorrow morning at 9:15. Okay. You can see NASDAQ finding support. Let me make this a little more. Let's do that. NASDAQ finding support, upper quadrant here. Consequent encroachment of the fair value gap here. It's nice. There's too many lines on the chart. We have a small little fair value gap with this down close candle. Bullish order block. See if that can spike us up into the buy side. It's overlapping with the high of the daily fair value gap. Looking for support there. And then we have a bullish breaker. It looks cleaner if you're like on a 5-minute chart, but we have this low, this high, and then a lower low. So on a 5-minute chart, you can derive a breaker inside the swing high. 1-minute chart, it's a lot of wicks, small range candles, looks a little messy, but I don't need a 5-minute chart to see that we have a breaker that we're working inside of right now. So that's a lot of PD arrays that can act as a springboard. Again, down close candle, bullish order block, fair value gap. We have the high, the daily fair value gap, and then we have a breaker. Watch this wick and its quadrants. That's about upper quadrant. Let's see if we can pop higher. If you notice, we're also in a time window where you can expect a price run. 9:50 to 10:10, that's your macro. So you can expect price to start spooling. We've already done enough damage on the sell side, trading into our new day opening gap. We repriced in a portion of our opening range gap. Sell side liquidity taken. I'm bullish on the daily chart. I'm expecting all-time highs still. So everything's aligned. We traded beneath our 8:30 open. Not requiring the midnight open. It's a little bit of a ways away, so I'm not really too worried about the midnight open, but we dropped down beneath our 8:30 opening price, offering a discount. So the stage was set in my eyes for a rally higher. A small little volume imbalance in here. And then if NASDAQ takes too long after it tags that 15-minute buy side, if I'm still in this trade by like 10:15, I'll just manually close it because I really do have to get out of here. And it's going to take me another 10-15 minutes or so to get it edited and rendered for YouTube. And there she goes. Majority of the position scaled out. Upper quadrant of that wick, just like money, sends price higher. Probably couldn't really see it. Upper quadrant of the wick with a fair value gap on top of the breaker, on top of the high of the daily fair value gap with the bullish order block. A lot of supporting factors. Just aiming for the low, that 15-minute fair value gap, and then go ahead and call it a day. Gonna trail my stop beneath this inversion fair value gap here. Shouldn't really have any need to trade down into that, but so from 24,960 up to 25,080. How many points is that? It's about 115 points. And I'm actually expecting, again, NASDAQ to explore beyond where my limit order is at, but I don't have the time to be sitting here and managing this thing. Again, 10:15, I'll manually kill it if for some reason it doesn't get up there to that fair value gap. And there she is. So 15-minute chart, there's your buy side liquidity pool. And then the low, the fair value gap, I'm looking at this here. So that's the business. Hope you found this one insightful. I got to get this edited and get up out of here. Discord members, I've seen a live stream Thursday morning at 9:15. All right, peace.